So we are finally at the interesting part of our course, and that is the looping section. So what's here we get is a magical power in the programming. So really we'll get a magical power, that is getting a done things done repeatedly without writing a too much of code. Just will do it by using some sort of syntax, that is while and for loop. So firstly we'll go with the while loop, and in the next courses or next video we'll go for the for loop. So in this video we'll talk about the while loop. So firstly open your idle and just type just open your ideally and just type all in a lowercase, that is while. So while comes with condition, like if comes with condition, whiles too comes with condition, and some teeth like stocks, that is a colon, and colon with a colon that will provide you an indent or a curly braces if you are from a Java background, and that will provide you a scope in which the while condition will loop and give you a execution of the statements or a code. So what basically this does is, while the condition is true, until the condition is true, the statement within the while loop will be executed, and when the condition is false, like we have used the if condition, if the condition was true, then the if all the execution inside the if will be executed. Similarly here also the same goes here. While the condition is true, statement within the scope will be executed, and similarly when it is out of the condition or the condition is false, then the while loop will be terminated. So why while is too much important, I want to make the some quick statement of why the while is important. Just open a new file and save it as something like while example x.py. py is extension and important, just remember that. And so just what if you want to print your name for like 10 times, so how will do? So till now we have learned many ways of printing the statement or printing the string, but what if you have to print the string or your name for 10 times basically? So what will happen? So it will be very lengthy to print, because you have to write your name basically 10 times. So print, and again it is just a second, and we'll get so much of tired if the code is very much long and to repeat. So what if you have to say it is so you have to print is like, just copy it and paste it like sorry, it is not working here. Just give a line, and you have to print here like many times. So many times you can print here, so it can be 1 2 3 4 5 6, any number. So this is printing the basically your name. So there is a printing of your name. So it is very lengthy. So if the code is very long, so if you have to repeat yourself for the multiple times, it is an unrealistic approach. So in this case you will get a magical power using the while loop. So what is the advantage of while loop, or why while loop is important is, whenever you want to do things like looping, like you want to repeat the things or repeat the code multiple time and execute it until you are done with the execution of the code. So there will be the condition while you will terminate after it is proved to be wrong or false. So after the condition is false, you will terminate out of its loop, and you will get a code which is the condition. Until the condition is true, then the execution of statement will get terminated if the condition is false, which is in the while loop. So how to do, or how to print this, how to print basically this with a while loop? So firstly just type while, and the condition here is when a number is lesser equal to 10. So just assign here number is 0. So firstly the number will be 0, so number will be 1, and when the condition is num lesser equal to 10, until the 10 will loop the condition that is printing our name. So and what we'll do with the printing is we'll increase the num by 1, so that it terminates when it is at 10. When the num becomes 10, then it should terminate. But if you remember there, the condition num is greater or equals 10, and if you run this code, you'll get 10 times Sachin. It is exactly what we want. Similarly, if I left this num as commented and just I print it, so what happens? It will not terminate anywise. So even if you wait for its termination even a 1 day after 2 day or even a whole week, it will not terminate. It will just loop and it will print your name for many times basically. So this is an unrealistic approach and I want to kill the operations. So what we have to do is the condition where we will terminate our while loop. So it is very important to remember while you are coding or making a big project, while you are using the loop, just make sure where the loop terminates, because if the loop never terminates, the program will crash and it will reflect that you had a poor programming skill. So basically just remember while using a loop that you have to terminate at a point. So what if here is a condition 1 is less or equal to 10 and I am increasing 1 by 1. I'm assigning 1 first, so num will be 1 and this condition will be true until I have 10 here. So firstly it will be 1 and it is increasing it each iteration. It is increasing by 1. First becomes it 1 and it will print Sachin at first time. It will become 2 and it will print second, and it will become 3, 4, 5 similarly up to 10. So it has already print up to 10 and I'm increasing by 1. That means it has become 11. So it will check the condition while 11 is lesser equal to 10. It is neither less than 10 nor equal to 10, so it will get out of the loop and print whatever, or it will get out of the loop and print whatever code is outside the while loop. Looping and giving an iteration that until and unless the condition is false, it will loop and it will repeatedly execute your code, and when your condition inside the while loop is false, it will get terminated and the loop gets terminated and comes outside the scope of a while loop, and the remaining code will be executed. So this is very important to know, and this is very important word. So I want to show something with the looping of while with the list. So how the list can be used with a while loop. So basically first we'll make a empty list here. This is the empty list and I'll check condition while, that is len is the length command, is basically L. When the length of L is less than 3, I'll check a condition here. While is less than 3, I'll make a new name of variable while we're storing input, that is enter your name from user, and I will just strip this. So we have already talked about the strip method invocation from the string class in our string formatting chapter, and I'll also capitalize it because it's name. Strip, what basically strip does is, just for the quick review, that strip has been doing, or what strip does is just remove the blank spaces in your inputted name or string, and basically capitalize is for making a capitalize the input that user have given. And similarly I'll append. We have append command in the list, and we have already talked in data structure in the list chapter, and I'll just append my new name and the list. So when the list is full, that is when the list has enough of 3 names, it must print that list is full. So this is very easy, and just we'll save it and run it. So what will be, enter your name. So basically I'll say Tom, Harry, and Jack. So 3 name is already enough in the list, and we have condition that is length of L should be less than 3, means the length in the string in the list must be exactly less than 3, not 3. So it must give you list is full, because list will be full. And if you want to just print your here just print your list as L, and you're good to go. So just enter your name again, Tom, Dick and Harry, and Tom, Dick and Harry is your name in the list, and list is full because we have already shown here length of L means length of list must be less than 3. So what happened here is we have created a list here. We have created a list with the size of 0, 1, 2 and 3. So we have created the list of size 3 means the list is of size 3. This 0, 1, 2 is only used and 3 won't be used because the size is not of 3. It is size of 3. So index start from 0 in the list and it will come to 1 and it will come to 2. Basically it is less than 3, and first name will give something like Tom, and second will be Dick, and third will be Harry. And whenever the list, if you want to add something in the list, because the length of list must be less than 3, must be the 2 and it should not be the 3. So whenever you want to add it here, so it will be so list is full, you cannot add to the list. So this is very important while computing very much high data in the list. So this looping will be very useful in using the computational very easy, making a computational very easy and working with list and some of the data structures too.